What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. I am back. I have arrived, but also, as you can see, little something has changed. Recently, like I said in my previous video, I've been going through a lot of stress. I've been going through a lot of anxiety and my depression, and with the crazy year that we've had, with also me not being back to work yet, and with, you know, things being here and there, and with my self-image not being where I would like it to be, I've just had a crazy year, and I've been wanting to shave my head for a very long time, and now I pulled a Britney, and I completely did it. By the way, hashtag free Britney. I believe very wholeheartedly that your hair, along with like your appearance, holds energy, and my hair was holding so much negative energy for me, and I feel like when I shaved it off, I felt free. I felt like me again, and for some reason I've never been completely bald before, but I feel like I'm myself again, and that's the one thing that it took a very long time for me to get to. And you know what? I'm happy, and I wanted to do a video for you guys. I wanted to return to YouTube. No matter how I feel about my appearance, I feel like not doing makeup would almost be a crime to myself. So I'm playing with some new makeup today. I have the One Size powder. I got the One Size lashes on. I have the Nikita Morphe palette. I have some new Hip Dot products. I have some NARS products. I got all this fun stuff, some Dragon Beauty products, and all that jazz. So of course, if you want to see how I got this really fun look, then keep on watching. So of course, we're going to get started with today's eye look first, and remember what Nikki tutorials always say, not to prime is a crime. So we're going to be using the really amazing Soft Matte Vanilla Concealer from NARS today, just to prime these eyelids, and we're going to get ready with some shadow. So, of course, today we're going to be playing with the brand new Morphe X Nikita Dragon collaboration palette. I'm not sure it's exactly like a Nikita palette or like a Nikita X Dragon Beauty palette. It's probably a mix of both. So as you can see, here it is in all of its glory. As you can definitely see, it has been used because, of course, I said in my last video that I did play with it. I just didn't play with it on camera because I just wasn't feeling like myself at the time. But anyways, I digress. We're going to be playing with it today. I can zoom you guys in a little bit closer. So we're going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Raisin Gan? I don't care. I butchered it so bad. I'm so sorry. It is like this beautiful tealy blue kind of shade. I'm taking it on a Morphe M434 brush, and I'm just going to pack it on top of the NARS concealer that we used to prime the eyelid. And of course, we're going to use this as like our starting base. Of course, to go above this shade, I'm going to blend it out with another shade. I'm going to go in with this shade BB Boy right here, which is a baby blue shade, and I'm just going to take it on a Morphe M514 brush, and we're just going to apply this over the other shade that I cannot pronounce and blend them together. Now one more shade for above, because I love this shade so much because it's like the one shade that pops out in the palette for me, and that is the shade Shigo right here, which is like a bright in your face like lime green, electric green. And I'm just going to take it on the same brush, and we're just going to apply this above the shade Booby Boy and just get a nice blend going on towards the brow bone. I remember, like about maybe a year or two ago, I remember, because if you know me, if you've been on this channel for a while, by the way, if you have been, I love you, you've been the OG, because I'm just gonna let you know, I love to always go to the brow bone when it comes to my shadow. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I will, it just really depends on the look, especially if I'm wanting to be a very bold, in-your-face moment. I always go above all the way to the brow. So I remember a lot of times I would get comments on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram being like, you blend way too high, like your eyeshadow always looks too crazy, you're looking like a drag queen, like you need to start blending better, you need to start blending below the brow bone. I'm like, bitch, it's my face. If I want to, I will do it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I blend up to the brow bone because my eyes are so hooded that if I go up to the brow bone, I can fit way more shades, and I can blend to filth. So you know what? If you're gonna be a hater, then get the hell off my page.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Because honestly, I love when I go like a full crazy moment. And you know what? The followers that I have now love it too. So that's completely fine. just ever so lightly went with the shade Nicholas right here, which is like a light transition shade. And I just kind of use that above the Shigo shade, just kind of blend it out, just a soft amount. As you can see, of course, I'm going to be doing my brow and whatnot, and this will be blended to filth. But I am definitely going to deepen up the crease a little bit because I want the crease to pop more. I'm going to go in with the shade Nasty right here, which is like a deep black shade. I'm going to take this on a JS6 Morphe brush, and we're just going to use this into the crease and blend it with the shade I cannot pronounce once again, and just kind of get a deeper crease going. As you can see, I cut my crease. It is time to go in with a shimmer on the lid because that's what I love to do. I'm going to go in with the shade that I already used before, and that is the shade Katana right here. I will let you know the shimmers in this palette are really hard pressed, so I feel like it's a little harder to get that pigment out, which is unfortunate, but it does happen like that. So I'm going to take this shadow on a Morphe Nikita and 2 shadow brush, and we're going to apply this on dry first, and then I'm going to wet the brush just in case I need to. As you can see, if you can see this, it is very sheer because the shade is just so hard pressed in the pan. Even with my finger, it does not apply that well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the brush, and then we're going to reapply and just see how it looks then. Corner and outer corner, because I thought it would be really fun to kind of do that nice little almost halo effect, but more of a lighter shade. I'm going to go in with the shade Cyborg, which is a nice silver shade. I'm taking it on the same N2 Nikita brush, and we're just going to pack that into the inner corner, and we're also going to pack that right here on the outer because I think it just looks really cute, and I want the focus to be the most, like, the middle, and then the rest of it just being like a granule effect of just like some shimmers and stuff. Also going to take the shade Metamorphosis right here, which, by the way, if anybody knows the Hilary Duff song Metamorphosis, or like her first album, like, iconic, such a good song. But anyways, I'm taking that and I'm just kind of blending that between the 2 shades. This shade, once again, is also very hard pressed, so like I feel like I don't get the color payoff that I'm looking for with it because it just, I don't know, there's just something so hard pressed about these shades.
There is something wrong here.
Okay.
This isn't healthy.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to go in with the shade Nick right next door to Cyborg. This one is like a nice shimmery shade. Same thing. I feel like the shade is really hard pressed. I'm just going to take this right next to Cyborg on the inner corner. And this one just gives that brightness that I'm looking for. Because I really want that like nice inner corner, like, ooh, that's beautiful. Now it's time to play with another new product. Of course, I did say in my other video that I did play with this one. Of course, I'm going to be playing with it a little more excessive this time. So this is the Dragon Beauty Dragon Wing eyeliner in the shade Blackout, which of course is just solid black. So this is the packaging. This is it right here. It is like a nice tip. I thought it was a felt tip, but it actually is a brush tip. I'm really excited because I love doing graphic liner. You have no idea. So I thought, why not do it today? Because of course these eyes are super excessive. Let's just keep it excessive. So it's going to be hard to breathe for a second, but what we're going to do is we're going to try these out, see what I think of this eyeliner, and get this nice full-on wing moment. Okay, so as you can see, I did go in with the graphic liner portion. I have a hard time trying to film and trying to do this, trying to do that, and trying to do this, and trying to get it to look good. So now I did it. It looks really cute. I'm liking how this eye is looking so far. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to do the brow bone highlight, which is just going to be the same shade that I already used. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to do the brow, and of course I'm going to do the other side off camera. So then when I come back, we'll do the rest of the face and everything else with you guys. So you know what time it is. It is time for the powder, and what I did say before, I'm using the new One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. This one is by Patrick Starr, of course, and this is in the shade Translucent. So he came out with 2, Translucent and Dark Deep, I believe, is the 2 that he created. So it says it's a super fine 14-hour long wear blurring setting powder made for a light bake to a heavy cake. It says dust with a powder brush and bake with a puff for a soft matte finish with no flashback, and it's also vegan and cruelty free. So this one is 1.2 ounces, which is a nice size. As you can see, this is the packaging right here. It is absolutely stunning. How does this powder compare and feel versus the Patrick's powder? And of course, you know I still have this powder. This one was 1 ounce, so this one is a little bit bigger, and this one of course was made by MAC with Patrick. This one is Patrick's brand. So I'm actually going to feel them. I'm not going to put both of them on my face because I just don't know what I think about that. I am going to put both of them on my hand, swatch them, and feel the consistency. This powder from MAC definitely has more of a pinker tone to it, while this one is a little more neutral, as you can see. This one, of course, also melted into the skin a lot faster, and it felt smoother than the Patrick's powder. Of course, Patrick's powder was very popular, and it is still a really good powder. Of course, it's discontinued, so this one would probably be the best option to go with, because that one is little old, but this one right here actually feels nice, so it is now time to shut up and put it on the actual skin. Use the Hip Dot. I cannot pronounce this, so I'm not going to try to because I feel like that would be really bad, but this one is like the hot sauce collaboration that they did, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the powder, and we're just going to start baking under the eye with it. And as you can tell, I did not pick up the puff that Patrick Star created for one size for this product. I did not pick that up only because I didn't have the $14 at the time to also waste on the puff that I know I was not going to use very often. So now we're just going to set the face with this. I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution little like cheetah print brush. I'm just going to take a little more powder, as I always do, and we're just going to dust and lightly set everything, as you can tell. And I will say, so far, this powder, like I said, is feeling really nice. And as long as it makes my face look, you know, natural without looking too much, then I like it. Because when it comes to duping powders, I am not the one for that.
I said what I said.
Okay, well, what you said was some bull.
But
That's
you don't
what it
like it,
is.
you don't like it.
I sure damn don't like it.
Where the
Okay, so now, as you can see, my eyes are a little excessive, but you know what? That's today's look. We are wearing the one size I've Arrived faux mink lashes. I believe it's like just faux lashes. They kind of look like mink, but whatever. They are full-on faux lashes. These are very dramatic, but like, oh, this is like the vibe. And of course, for the lower lash line, I actually mixed a little bit of the shade Nasty and ABG right here. So these are the shades that I use for the lower lash line, of course. Now, today, for cheeks, I'm going to be playing with another item that I have recently been obsessed with, and it is the new Hip Dot Moon Queen 6 Shade Face Palette. Now, look at the packaging. It's actually really stunning. And here it is in all of its glory. We have a bronzer, we have 3 highlighters, and 2 blushes. To be honest, if it were up to me, which you could probably use that as a bronzer, I'm not exactly sure if that was like a shimmer bronzer or nothing like that, but if it were up to me, I would have done 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, 2 highlighters, which Cosmic might be a shimmer bronzer. We're not exactly sure. I don't have the whole tea on that one. I'm thinking about going in with the shade Red Moon right here, which is like a nice warmer blush. Ooh. Look how pretty that is. So of course, I'm loving the formula of the blushes, the highlighters, and the bronzer on this. It is just so smooth, easy to apply, little to no effort, and it just goes on absolutely beautiful. To bronze, of course, we don't stop at just cream contouring anymore. We bronze our face. I'm going to go in with the shade Solar right here on one of my new favorite bronzing brushes. This is the Hip Dot X Face by Kareem brush. Shout out to Kareem because I absolutely love him. Not only is he just an amazing guy, but also this brush and the collaboration that they did was absolutely iconic. And this is like one of those holy grail products for me now because like I just love it. It works so well for bronzing for me. It just gives me that like nice even distributing kind of feel to it. And my other favorite bronzing brush is actually one from BH Cosmetics. So they just have like that nice like rounded shape to it. Now we're going to go in with the shade Light Beam right here. I'm just going to take it on my Anastasia brush. As you can see, it is a glow for the gods kind of glow moment, and I am here for it. As you always know, if you know me by now, if I don't have an excessive glow, then I don't feel like myself. Totally in love with this formula. It just glides on like nothing, and it just makes your skin look so gorgeous. As you can see, I line my lips with my #1 favorite Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Liner. So now it's time to go in with some liquid lipstick. So I'm going to go in with the Dragon Glass Matte Liquid Lipstick in Nikita. So of course this one is the Dragon Beauty Liquid Lipstick. I believe this one is available in her new little mini trio that's available at Morphe stores as well. And I actually really like the formula of her liquid lipsticks. They glide on super smoothly. They smell nice as well. And they're like a soft matte, not too matte finish. And they're actually quite comfortable as well. And now I put on some Morphe Flower Crown lip gloss. And now I'll be right back because I have one more thing I want to do. And here you have it, guys. This is the final look. I wanted to paint my neck green because I love the vibe of the palette. It has that like greenness to it, and the shade that I was very inspired by was Shigo. I just really wanted like that green neck moment. And of course, as you can see, since I'm bald, I wanted to try something different and be like a little edgier. I am living for it. I think I love this look so much, and I'm so happy I was able to film it for you guys this time instead of, you know, telling you guys like, oh, I filmed it off camera, or oh, I did it for TikTok, or oh, I just did it. I did it for you guys this time. So I'm really happy about being able to come back to doing YouTube videos, because that is the one thing that makes me happy, is doing makeup for myself and for you guys as well. So of course, I used the Hip Dot palette before, I used the NARS foundation, I've used all these other products before. I highly recommend all of them. So now the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder by Patrick Starr, this one I actually liked. I liked the feel of it. It definitely doesn't feel heavy. It makes my skin feel like skin, and it just went on beautifully. And of course, I also think that it melted in my skin like butter. Like, it just feels so good. But anyways, that is the end of this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you guys for welcoming me back. I'm very excited to be back for you guys. So make sure you thumbs it up, like I said before, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And make sure to see me again very soon, because I will see you guys very soon. Love you. Bye.